Welcome to this video, YouTube users. I'm Electric Guy 941 and today I'd like to talk about an interesting video I found by the user Undercoveralien. A link to the video can be found in the description below if you'd like to see that, if you haven't already. Basically in the video, Undercoveralien argues that Lolo Jones, an Olympic athlete whose virginity has been well publicised in the mainstream media lately, may or may not be involved in an occult ritual by the Illuminati, which some people, many on the internet, believe are a sort of secret group of powerful and wealthy men who secretly control the world. I'll probably do a video on those separately at some point, but you probably already know who they are. So Undercoveralien argues that the Illuminati plan to sacrifice Jones in some sort of unspecified occult ritual. They never actually specifically say that this is definitely going to happen. They just say that it might happen and give reasons why. And in this video I'm just going to provide some counter arguments to that. So you can make up your own mind about whether or not you believe it's true. You might have done so already, but just in case you haven't, I'm going to do it anyway. Undercoveralien's argument is made up of 4 main points. Basically he believes that this could be true because her virginity is unusually widely covered in the mainstream media. There's a photograph of her wearing a swimsuit which is similar to a virginal demigod in the movie The Fifth Element, who must be kept a virgin as part of an occult ritual. He believes it because her age is 29, the digits of which add up to 11, which apparently has an occult significance. And he has also noticed what he believes, or she possibly, but I'm just going to say he, what he believes to be occult symbols involved in the Olympics, such as the Olympic rings and other things like that. This might sound a bit strange, and I agree, it is. I don't personally believe this, which is why I'm doing this video. So I'm just going to go through these point by point and give some counter-arguments. So firstly, Undercoveralien claims that Jones is unusually widely covered in the media. Now this is because she's 29 years old and has chosen to be a virgin, which firstly is unusual, so of course she's going to be unusually widely covered. And secondly, she is, let's say, attractive. And now obviously more people are going to be interested in someone like her because of her appearance. I mean, you only have to look at the photograph of her in the swimsuit which Undercoveralien uses in the video, this one, and you'll see, I mean it's pretty clear why she's appearing on magazine covers and stuff. It's because it will sell the magazine. People will see an attractive woman on the magazine and buy it. People will see an attractive woman on TV and they'll be more interested in the story. It sounds quite basic, I know, but sometimes it is. Another argument against the idea that wide media coverage provides evidence for the occult ritual is also that if the Illuminati wanted to sacrifice a virgin, why would they choose one which is heavily seen in the media? I mean, if she gets media attention and she's an Olympic athlete and everyone knows about her, and then she suddenly goes missing at 29 years old with no explanation, or with some explanation which, as it's untrue, could be proven wrong perhaps, people are going to get suspicious. I mean, surely they would just choose someone who's not widely known. It would be completely illogical to choose such a widely known figure. It just wouldn't make any sense. So the fact that she is widely known in the press is, if anything, an argument against this theory when you look at it from a logical standpoint. So one can now see that not only is there an alternative and more reasonable explanation for her wide coverage in the media, there's also a reason why it would be completely illogical of the Illuminati, a supposed all-powerful, all-knowing group, to do something that would compromise their plan so easily. Undercoveralien's second argument, of course, is the swimsuit she's wearing on the magazine cover. He has 2 things to say about this. First, that it's red, which he argues signifies blood and death. And while this is true, the colour red, like many other colours, can signify lots of different things. a lot of the time in advertising and media it can also signify things like love and passion, which have connections to like beauty, stuff like that, which makes a lot more sense as a theme to have on your magazine cover to sell it than death and blood. People will see that. It's a very striking colour, red. People are going to see that. It will catch their eye. They'll be more inclined to have a look at the magazine and maybe buy it. And also it doesn't make any sense that the Illuminati would want to leave clues. Why would they want to deliberately put something like that, like something that has connotations of blood and death? I mean, do they want people to find out about this? Because that seems like it would also compromise their plan. It just doesn't make any sense. Undercoveralien also argues that the swimsuit is very similar to one worn by a character in The Fifth Element, a virgin or demigod who is involved in an occult ritual. And this is true, but firstly, what exactly does that mean? I mean, it doesn't mean that the swimsuit has any occult significance, because The Fifth Element is, of course, a fictional movie. It's not a true story. It's not an actual account of things that actually happen in occult rituals. It's just a fictional movie, and it has absolutely no significance whatsoever. And then why would the Illuminati want to reference that movie? It doesn't make any sense. It seems like it would be absolutely pointless, and it would also lead fans of the movie who are believers in the Illuminati conspiracy to perhaps come to this conclusion that Undercoveralien has come to. And once again, why would the Illuminati want that to happen? There seems to be absolutely no reason why they would reference The Fifth Element, and absolutely no reason why they would want to leave clues. It just doesn't make any sense. And while it is true that they are very similar, there is also an explanation for this. It's because it looks good. I mean, Jones looks good in the swimsuit, as does the character in The Fifth Element. People want to do that with their characters and models for magazines. Similar to how I said earlier, it sells films, it sells magazines to have an attractive woman in a revealing swimsuit. It has no occult significance whatsoever. Again, it's a very simple explanation. It sounds a bit too simple, but it makes a lot more sense than they wanted to reference a movie and give clues to their plan so that people could find out about it. There's also the use of occult symbols in the Olympics, according to Undercoveralien. He claims that the 5 rings of the Olympics represent the different elements, but in actuality they actually represent the 5 continents that compete in the Olympics. You know, the Americas, Europe, Asia, Australasia and Africa. Now, admittedly, you could counter that by saying it doesn't represent the continents, it represents these elements. But once again, why would the Illuminati leave clues? And also, it just makes a lot more sense when you think about it logically. The continents that are involved in the Olympics have a lot more to do with the Olympics than the 5 elements. Also in the video there's a shot of some triangles as part of an Olympic stadium, which Undercoveralien suggests might be occult symbols. Again, this goes back to the old argument of why would the Illuminati want to leave symbols and clues, but also it's been argued before that there are triangles everywhere. I mean, a triangle is just a very frequently occurring shape in logos and structures. You can't just look at every triangle and say, oh, that's a symbol, because that doesn't make any sense. That would be ridiculous. I mean, there are triangles everywhere. You can't just say all of them are symbols, especially when there's no reason why the Illuminati would want to leave them behind for people to find. It just doesn't make sense. As for her age, 29, the 2 and the 9 equal 11, a number with occult significance, apparently. There are many ages that, the digits of which result in the number 11 when you add them together, or subtract one from another, or multiply them together. It's really, you can do that with many ages. I mean, you can do it with all kinds of ages, really. Not big on maths, so I'm not really going to do it right here, but I'm sure you can find many. This can be argued with a lot of numerology numerology based arguments. It really has no significance whatsoever, really. And finally, I'm aware that this video is dragging on a little bit, and it's not the most entertaining video, so if you're stuck with it for this long, then, you know, cheers, I guess. The whole thing with, that's mentioned in the video's description, it's not in the video itself, but basically, the whole thing with the god Anubis and the god Apollo. Firstly, the god Anubis, the Egyptian god of death, that's actually irrelevant. Anubis wasn't like an evil god or anything. It was just the god of death. I mean, death is a normal thing, it's nothing sinister. And secondly, Apollo, who was supposedly worshipped by Freemasons, that guy's not evil at all. I mean, that has no sinister implications whatsoever. And it's all just a coincidence. I mean, there are only 12 months in the year. There's going to be a 1 in 12 chance that it's going to be that specific month, and I'm sure you could draw sinister implications from other gods, from other months. There are a lot of gods who were evil bastards. So even if Anubis was evil, so many of the gods, so you can do that with other months. I imagine it's not just the month of Jones's birth that has any significance here. So that's a weak argument as well. So I'm going to wrap up this video by basically summarising my points. Basically, there is no reason why the Illuminati would use Jones, who is seen by millions of people in the media and who will be noticed when she's dead. There is no reason why they would reference the movie The Fifth Element. That is an absolutely ridiculous statement. The supposedly occult symbolism, there's no reason why they would use that to give away their plan, and there are many better, there are better explanations for those symbols. The swimsuit thing is because it sells magazines, it looks good, it's nothing to do with any occult symbols, and yeah, that's about it really. That's basically the argument summarised. Like I said, if you've come this far of the video, I appreciate it. I'm not really used to doing this sort of video very often. I've only done a couple of others before. Yeah, so if you have anything to say or anything to ask me, you can either put something in the comments, or you can send me a message on YouTube, or you can email me at electrici94@gmail.com. So thanks for watching, and I'd appreciate some feedback. If you'd like me to cover anything in another video, let me know, I might cover it. Yeah, so, and if you want to see some more videos, you can go ahead and subscribe if you want. Okay, thanks for watching, and stay sane.